Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited for today's video. It is going to be my April update for my Rolling Project 10 pan. I am just getting home from work and I have had my makeup on for like 10 hours and I didn't feel like touching it up. My hair is like all askew and I don't know if I'll regret this lip. I have on a Buxom lip gloss over top of this lip liner. This lip liner is from Gloss and it's just this like bright pink, which I've actually been having fun with. Like I've been having fun doing a pop of color on the lip and I want that to be like the vibe for spring summer, is just like a pop of color on the lips. But I feel like, does it look like I have a unibrow? I just feel like something looks off as I'm looking in the viewfinder, but it is what it is. I am really excited to be sharing my update with you guys today. I don't have any products rolling out. I thought about pushing this update just a few days because there is one product that it's my eyeliner. Spoiler, that's so close to being done, and honestly if I push this out like a week, this likely will be complete, but I figure it gives me an extra month to just work on these products. When I finish that eyeliner, I can just work on my 9 items for a little bit before rolling something else in. I figure maybe that'll help me manage the panning fatigue this year. So if you're interested, I do still have some like progress that I'm happy with on the rest of my products. So if you're interested in hearing about it, stay tuned. First, if you have yet to subscribe to my channel and you like project panning content, palette themed content, we just came off of a palette week. So for 7 days straight, I was posting some sort of palette themed content. Or if you just like chit chatting about makeup, I'd love if you'd consider subscribing before moving on. And other than that, let's get into the update. All right, the majority of these products have been in since the beginning. There's only 3 products that weren't rolled in the introduction, so we'll just go in order that I have things listed out, so it'll be easiest for me to kind of read my progress. But let's start with the Kosas foundation. I still, like, I don't know if it's the packaging. I'm gonna hold it up to the light. I don't know that I can really tell where the product has settled, but I have been using this. This weighed 121 grams when I rolled this in. This weighed 119 last update and weighs 116 grams this update. So I have been using this. I've been making progress, and I don't, like, the product isn't settling to a way that I can tell how much product I have left of this. I suppose maybe, will it be like a huge, this might get messy. Let's see. Okay, maybe I'll start marking it now with, hold on. Okay, this is a bit of a guesstimate, but I believe I am about right here. When I rolled this in, this was not very used. I do really enjoy this foundation, but it is a foundation that I just don't feel has the best wear time. So when I'm thinking about working like 8 to 10 hour days, this is not the foundation I want to be reaching for. But I have been mixing this with like my Oma Beauty foundation or some other foundations that are too light for me, because this is a little bit deeper. Although now that I've been self-tanning a little bit more this month, I feel like I could make this shade work for me. So I've been trying to wear this on days that I film, or days that I am just like running errands, maybe not having my makeup on for needing to have it on for more than like 6 or 7 hours. I included this product in products that I want to pan this year because this does have an expiration date of July of 2023. Now this does have SPF 25, so I think that's part of the reason it has maybe a shorter expiration date from when I purchased it. But I've also just heard that this foundation goes bad more quickly. Kosas products I feel like are historically known for just going off a little bit more quickly. So I want to finish this before July. Now, I didn't make the best progress the first 3 months of the year, but again, shade match wasn't perfect. And I've really tried to like hone in on a few foundations so that I could finish 3 foundations so that I can then allow myself to purchase foundations. Because if you're following my makeup rehab series, I told myself I could not buy a new foundation this year until I finished 3 foundations. So you'll have to check my next makeup rehab update to find out where I'm at in terms of how many foundations that I have used up. But I'm hoping to get a little bit more use out of this in April. How many grams? I used 3 grams worth of product since the last update, so maybe goal will be to use at least 3 grams again this month. I'm like, what am I trying to say? But my goal is to finish this up. So still a ways to go for that. Next up, we have my Tom Ford lipstick. I do want to finish at least one lipstick this year, so I figured I could goal myself with this little mini lipstick. This is where we are at with this lipstick. This is how much I have left. There's actually not a ton of this, and when you see my line markings, you'll see I've made progress each month. This did weigh 9 grams at the introduction. It still weighs 9 grams. I found a way that I really like to use this lipstick, and I think I'm gonna get a ton of use out of it the next few months using it this way. So I just put some of this on the back of my hand as such, and then I've been mixing it with a little bit of the Lisa Eldridge Glow like highlighter, the liquid highlight, and I love the effect on the cheeks. It's this really beautiful subtle sheer pink, and it gives this really beautiful glow to the cheeks, and I just absolutely love it. Like, I absolutely love it. I use this occasionally as a lipstick as well, but I just am not a huge lipstick girl. Like, it takes me a product being in a project and also reminding myself for me to just use a lipstick. I just love my glosses, love my lip balms. So I actually think I'll end up getting more use out of this as a cream blush. Goal is to finish this. I think it'll be a few months on this one as well, but I'm hoping to make really good progress now that I found a way that I really enjoy using this. So I'm excited to see what we can do this month in terms of progress on this product. Next up is this single shadow from Terra Moon Cosmetics. I told myself I wanted to rotate through my single shadow collection this year and try and still hit pan on my single shadows. Although I am not doing a pan those eyeshadows this year, I'm doing a no pan left behind for my eyeshadow palettes. And actually last month I decided to do a no single shadow left behind to start that series. So I rolled in, I think it's 12 single eyeshadows that I'm trying to use at least 3 times before I consider the shadow complete. But I do want to keep working on my single shadows throughout my rolling project 10 pan as well, and try and hit pan on at least a few of my single shadows this year. So the first one I rolled in was the shade Atlas from Terra Moon Cosmetics. I have reached for this a total of 8 times in this project. I did reach for it 4 total times this last month, so it's definitely gotten the most use this past month. I do have this on my inner corner eye and as my inner corner highlight on my eyes today, and I don't know if it'll look like I've made any progress at all. Like, I'm curious to see what the progress photos and videos look like. I do have a dip in this product. I usually just use my finger to apply this product because it's such a concentrated, kind of crumbly shade, kind of like a lid topper, but you can also pack this on to be super impactful. I really have found quite a range of ways to use this shadow, and I really enjoy it. The pan does look quite deep, and while I feel like I have a good dip forming, I do still feel like it's going to take a lot of effort to hit pan on this. Although I will say today's the first day I've used it as an inner corner highlight, and because of the way that the shade is, I do feel like if I focus on this as an inner corner highlight for like a month or 2, I could potentially hit pan. So I think I'm going to try that. I feel like this really beautiful, let me swatch it for you guys. It's this really beautiful, like icy blue. I don't know if it's like it's definitely at least a duochrome. I never know, like, is it a duochrome? Is it a multi-chrome? It kind of has this like blue to like tealy green shift, and it's just so pretty. It looks so wet, and I've absolutely loved having this in this project. I really love this shade. I'm excited to continue to use it. I'm kind of not mad that I haven't hit pan yet because I'm excited to keep using it, and I feel like for like April showers, this is like such a good shade. I've been having a lot of fun with blues this year as well, so I'm not mad to continue to work on that. Okay, I was just coughing if my eyes look super watery. I swear, I like feel like I'm like getting over my cough and then I have a new cough, but it's like just a cough. It's so annoying, except for now I have like a sniffly nose as well. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Next up, we have my e.l.f. Forever Sun-Kissed bronzer. My goal is to use this bronzer up in its entirety. I want to finish at least 1 powder bronzer this year because it's been way too long since I've actually finished a powder bronzer. I did not have a powder bronzer empty last year, and I just want to have at least 1 powder bronzer empty this year. So this weighed 41 grams when I rolled this in the introduction. It weighs 40 grams now. We have finally uncovered the second ring over here. You guys, I swear to you, I have been bound and determined to expand the pan this way. Like, I've been concentrating my brush over here, and yet I feel like I can't get the pan to expand over here. This is like the never ending bronzer. I really like this bronzer. It's really buildable, and I think it's really beautiful on the skin. I do have a few other bronzers that are currently in other projects, so it's been a little bit of a struggle to find a balance. Once I uncovered this second ring, I kind of put this away and started focusing on the bronzer in my whole collection project pan a little bit more. But I am hoping, I wanted to say like hoping in like 2 months time I could finish this, but that's very unlikely. I'm hoping by like July, maybe hopefully those will roll out around the same time, at least by July. I will be very curious to look at the progress photos, because I feel like when I look at this bronzer every day, I'm like, I don't know how different it looks, but I know I have made progress. And I'm just curious, like, there's definitely not a lot of product over here. Sorry, there's so many project pan, but the product is definitely thinning out quite a bit over on this side. So I'm curious, like, maybe I would be able to clear this side out relatively quickly. Like, maybe my goal should be to clear this side out in 2 months time, but I don't necessarily know that the product is going to wear away like that. Anyway, I swear to you, there's still like, I don't even, like, I feel like there's still like a thick product over here as well. Like, I've tried so hard to at least like start to uncover the second ring over here, and I just cannot get it to happen. Next up is my highlight, and this one is another product that's really hard to see progress on. It's one of my favorite highlights in my collection. It's the Bobbi Brown Pink Glow Highlighter. This is what this is looking like. I don't know how well you'll be able to see anything because it's so reflective. It's also a baked product, so it is a waffle pan, and I see like the waffle sticking through, but I'm like, I also feel like there's so much product like right here. Like, is that just like a chunk of waffle, or is that like the product still? The corners are still, like, there's a lot of product in the corners of this product. And I just am like, am I gonna finish this year? My goal is to actually complete this as an empty this year, but I just don't know if that'll happen. There's still a lot of product that, like, I've had no issues coating my brush, and the one thing that does make me nervous about this product is I love a pink highlight, and I feel like where I have the most product left is where it's like the icier pink portion of this highlighter. So I'm like, maybe I'll have to like mix it in with other highlights to finish this at some point. But this weighed 29 grams when I rolled this in at the introduction, 28 grams last update, and it still weighs 28 grams today. Next up, this is another product I was hoping to have more progress to share with you guys. I was so certain I was going to have a pan on my Dior Powder No Powder, but alas, you can see the waffle, but there's no pan yet, and I'm so disappointed. And I'm like, is pan coming soon or is it not? I just love this powder so much. Like, it can really take a disaster of a face and like smooth it out, and just it can completely transform a look, and I absolutely love this. This and the Kosas airbrush powder. Like, I'm such a huge fan of these baked powder formulas. When I rolled this in, this weighed 68 grams. It weighed 67 grams last update, and it weighs 66 grams today. So we have made some progress. I feel like I wear this just about every day. I did do the tape trick and got rid of as much hard pan as I can, and I haven't been noticing as much hard pan after I got through like the first layer of product, if you will. And I just love this powder so much. My goal is to finish this as well. I was thinking I'd have a pan by now, so I don't really have an estimate as to when I think I could finish this product up, because I do still feel like there's quite a bit of powder and product like around the top here and then down the sides. Like, I have a place where I center my brush on this, but there's still a lot of product here. So I feel like this is one that in my head I'm like, oh, I can finish this powder in like 4 months, and now I'm sitting here like, will I finish this by the end of the year? I think I will, but it might be close. As I mentioned, I am so close to being done with my Urban Decay Tiger's Eye eyeliner. I don't know that I'll be able to sharpen this. Like, the last time I sharpened it, it was really getting difficult. So I put the cap on and I was trying to sharpen it, but it was really getting difficult. And you know, eyeliners, like, you get to that point where like it starts like crumbling and falling apart when you sharpen it as well. So I'm just wondering when I'm gonna get to that point. I have a feeling for sure this will be an empty by the next update. I made the most progress last month that I have throughout the course of this project. This is something I've been working on since I think last July. I was working on it in last year's rolling project 10 pan. So even though it's a really creamy formula and I feel like I'm constantly sharpening this, I feel like this has lasted me such a long time. I don't think I'll replace this with another eyeliner. I haven't yet decided, but I just don't think eyeliner is a super fun product for me to pan. And I also feel like I just have like my go-to eyeliner every day, and I'm gonna use it every day regardless, except for like if I'm doing a colorful look, then I'll reach for a different eyeliner. So I'm excited to finish this too though, because this is more of like a shimmery brown, which I wear like a brown eyeliner almost every single day in my waterline. But I'm kind of ready to go back to like a matte dark brown eyeliner. Like I kind of miss doing a dark brown eyeliner. So next update, this will be an empty and we will be rolling something else in. And then these last 3 products all rolled in last update. So up first I have my Stila one. Sorry, this one actually rolled in 2 updates ago. It's my Stila Wanderlust Glitter and Glow. And I did wear this a couple of times, but not nearly enough. My goal is also to empty this out. I purchased this last year and I really shouldn't have. I was just in the mood for like a one and done, really sparkly shadow, which I have found good use for this. And I feel like this will be a perfect product to reach for in the spring summer because it has this really beautiful like peachy golden shimmer to it. It's just a matter of remembering to reach for this. Plus, I only like this applied a very specific way. Like, I feel like I have to put it on my finger and then dab it onto my eye and not use the doe foot directly on my eyelid, because I feel like then I get like a really concentrated sparkle on like one part of my eye, but it doesn't distribute evenly and it just looks really weird. This is definitely starting to dry out. Like, I can feel it drying out. I'm annoyed at myself for purchasing this. I purchased 2 at the same time. Like, literally, I need to stop. But I want to use this up. Even if it like really gets dry, I want to use my glitter glue and use this up because I told myself when I purchased it, I would get a ton of use out of it. So I need to hold true to my word to myself. This did weigh 35 grams when I rolled this in. 35 grams last update, does weigh 34 grams today. So excited to see some weight change there. Last update, I had a primer empty and I replaced it with another primer. I replaced it with the e.l.f. Mint Melt Cooling Face Primer. And I just realized I did not Sharpie this. So based on where I can tell the product is settled when I hold it up to the light, this is where we are currently at. There's definitely like an air bubble in here. This I rolled in because this is a product that I definitely will not repurchase when I finish it. It's just not a favorite formula of mine. I find these e.l.f. primers just so sticky. Like, it almost feels like you're literally swiping Elmer's glue onto your face, and it's just not a comfortable primer. I don't get excited to reach for it, so I just wanted to finish this up. When I finish this, I will likely roll in my Jelly Pop primer just so I can like be done with these types of primers, although I'm thinking I still have the Power Grip. Then I'll probably take a break, but I'm hoping to finish this in the next few months so that I can be working on the Jelly Pop primer, which is a little bit more dewy when we're in the summertime. So this did weigh 43 grams last update when I rolled this in, and now it weighs 38 grams. So I've made good progress. This is something I reach for just about every day. It does have a really good grip to it. It's just sticky and icky in my opinion, but not something that like I hate. Like, I don't mind it. It's just definitely not something I want to continue to use in the future, so wouldn't repurchase. I don't know that this is even still available, but if it was, I wouldn't repurchase. And I'm very excited to just use this up, have this as a primer empty, and be done with it. And then the final product to update you guys on is my Dior Forever Concealer. I rolled this in last update because I did finally finish off my e.l.f. concealer. So I do have a concealer empty already this year, which is so exciting. So I'm gonna hold this up like this. This is where we're at last update, and when this sits, this is where the product settles now. It did weigh 49 grams last update, and it does weigh 47 grams today. I really do enjoy this concealer. The more I use this consistently, the more I actually really enjoy this. When I first started using it, I liked it, but I felt like it was kind of drying underneath my eyes. Whereas now I don't find it to be as drying, although I usually do mix in a dot of my Kosas concealer. I also tried using this mixed with my Auric Glow Lust. Like I mixed the two together to make like my own like custom foundation, if you will. I did find that to be a little heavy looking on my face, but I was just trying to find some new ways to get use out of my products, as well as just like experiment with my makeup and my products and use them in maybe not their like intended purpose, but to just try different things. I'm excited to continue to try different ways to get more use out of this concealer as well. If you guys have any recommendations, leave them for me down below. But I still have about half of this product left, and personally I feel like concealers usually take me a long time to get through. I feel like I have some older concealers in my collection that I would really like to get through. I should have put myself on a year-long concealer no buy, but I'm getting ready to film my makeup rehab update for March, and it is a new quarterly refresh for rules. So maybe I'll try and think through some concealer rules that I can put myself on. Maybe I'll have to do that. But yeah, I have about half of this product left. Goal is to finish this up. Hoping I can make at least the same amount of progress. But again, I do still want to like try mixing it with other products to see if I can get use out of it. Maybe I'll try it as the foundation again. It was just a little heavy that way, but that is my update for this rolling Project 10 pan. I feel like for having no rollouts, I really did ramble on and make this video so long, so I apologize for that if you were still with me at the end. I appreciate it so much. Thank you guys for sticking around to watch, for supporting me, for supporting my channel, all the things. If you missed palette week last week, I'll leave my palette playlist down below if you want to check out any of those videos. But other than that, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.